Friday. We are live on Friday. Hey. And we are about to begin recording the official podcast, but we've got to say hello because our chat room on YouTube is going crazy. We've got Toph in there. We've got Panchita in there. We got Lily in there. Michigan Mike is in there. I'm not reading the messages because you're talking to each other. And maybe there's something you don't want me to show or read. But I am so excited that we are from the jump, ready to go. And Megan, should I just push the button and do the official thing? And then
let's do it.
Put your hands up.
Just like that, the week is done.
Hallelujah.
And we call it the daily letdown, but on Friday, really, it's the week's letdown.
Yeah.
Because you have done 4.75 days of heavy lifting. So it is time for us to let you down, for us all to decompress together.
Breathe in. Hold it.
It is our daily video podcast that is live around 1:30 Eastern time on YouTube and Facebook. And then the audio is on demand anywhere. Megan Lane, hi.
Hi, Danny.
It has been a day today in a good way, but I've had the most crazy, eventful day that I didn't really think was going to be this eventful.
I know, because I texted you and I was like, I'm running a little bit late today. And it was simply because I ordered a sandwich and it took too long. Like, there was no solid reason.
Yeah.
And you have actual reasons to be running behind.
Because I rent a house, so when any work needs to be done, it's really not me that does any of it or schedules any of it. It's the landlord. And so he told me that they were going to come to do some work on the house today.
Right.
And so his nose is in the background. His head is in the... Oh, my God. Yeah, okay.
We have a special guest today on the podcast,
We're getting to that in just a second. So work was being done at the house. They were there at 10 o'clock in the morning to do a bunch of different projects, to get caught up on a bunch of different projects. And then they give me the heads up. They're like, hey, by the way, we have to take the front door of your house off.
Casual. No big deal.
Okay.
It's just the front door.
Right. So I have a dog, and he was actually really great with them when they were doing work that didn't require the front door of the house being taken off. Like, everybody was getting along well. But then when it got to that point that they were taking off the front door, it was time to come to work. And so, yes, my dog is at work. He's here.
Dudley.
He is in the background looking out the window.
Oh, I was trying to show him.
And
he
Dudley's,
loves that window, by the way.
He does, and he's a good boy, and so he should not be any issue.
He's wagging so hard.
I know. So he has had a day too because he went to the vet today.
Oh,
so in addition to random company that he got to hang out with, the contractors, then he went to the vet and had to get shots and had to have blood drawn, had to have a stool sample taken.
Oh, that's the worst. They literally have to muzzle my dog because of that.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He'll be like, don't touch my butt.
Oh, he loved it.
But that's why
did he love it? Should I say that?
No, but that's why you bring the poop in so that they don't have to stick things up their butt.
I know. Well, they have to take the temperature anyway, and they go in that way for the temperature.
That's
but
less
Dudley
aggressive.
was a gem at the vet. He was so great. The vet was saying that too.
Aww.
That was like, he is so, because he's been there twice, and he's like, oh my God, he's so much better this time.
Oh, good.
So
Good.
yeah. So vet, random work on the house, then construction. Then McDonald's drive-through.
Yeah.
They screwed up my order, so I had to pull into one of those spaces while they got it right. But we're still here.
And here we are.
That's the thing. It's like now I feel, in a lot of days, I don't feel, we lead the letdown, but I don't feel like I've earned the letdown. Today, I've earned it.
You've earned it. You've earned
excited.
it. Kick your feet up. Come here, duds. Come here, bud.
So much to get to today. We always give you a reason to celebrate because every day's a holiday with Danny and Megan. And today we are celebrating. It's kind of an animal-filled daily letdown because Punxsutawney Phil, the groundhog, and his wife Phyllis gave birth if you're watching us, you can see the happy
couple.
couple.
Get that guy out of the picture.
I know.
Like, get out of here. We don't want to see you.
He's the groundhog master, I guess. You know, he's the president of the Groundhog Club. And anyway, yeah, he's mugging to the camera. But you can see Phil and Phyllis, the happy parents of these 2 baby groundhogs.
So cute.
That are suckling on Phyllis.
What I'm looking at, but
I know.
I guess it's. Oh, okay. I see now. Okay.
It is. I wish I had a pointer for the video
I was just
version.
thinking that.
So that you could actually see. But if you have a really good computer screen, you can see what's going on. But here at the radio station, we can't really see what's going on. But yeah, and they said this is the first time in 123 years that they've had kids.
That's how long these things have been. This is a different one, right? This is like a different Puxatawny Phil. Time.
That has never been said outright.
How long do groundhogs live?
I gotta think that they're just moving in another Phil and we don't know about it. Yeah. And moving in another Phyllis and we don't know about it. But the way
100 years.
The way that Mr. Groundhog conveyed it, it's like, oh, they're 123 years and this is the first time we've had I don't know.
Look how scared they are. Get out of there, guy.
But I think that's a happy story.
Yeah.
I think that's a happy story. And then the other happy story is that the Cadbury bunny this year is a Cadbury raccoon.
Okay, I know. I saw that. And it's someone's pet. It's a domesticated raccoon, too. And it's not just like random raccoon that's getting your garbage in your backyard. It's someone's buddy.
And somewhat local to us. It's a Florida raccoon in Miami. And the woman, she does animal rescue, and she took this one in, and then she decided she was going to take other ones in, too. But yeah, she
has multiple raccoons?
The raccoon named Louie.
Oh, my God, cute.
Louie the raccoon.
I used to follow a raccoon on TikTok.
Is it Louie? Because Louie's very famous
I don't know, maybe.
on social
it was
media.
A famous raccoon, and he is like chilling. And like an animal that you would have in your house, like a dog.
Yeah, it may be this woman because she initially took in Louie because of some kind of sad story, like the mom didn't take to him or whatever, and they needed but she like Louie, like you said, became such a great house pet.
Yeah,
got so socialized and was so great that she ended up taking it. She's got 3 now. House raccoons.
I think that's the only way you can do it, right? Is if you do it when they're babies. Like you can't just be like going to grab one from outside that's grown. Because they'll be like, what is happening?
I know anybody would like to try, it's you, Megan.
I'll try.
You do crazy things with animals. Yeah, my dog came in and you were like in the dog's face immediately, and he's great, but I'm like, people don't usually do that.
I know, and I haven't learned my lesson, but one time because I always do that. I'm very comfortable with dogs. Like I usually ask if you're like in a public place, I'll be like, can I pet your dog?
Sure.
That's different. But one time I was like talking to this guy's dog who I knew, who was a friend, and he was all fine and everything was good, but he snapped at my face. Like, just out of nowhere. Like he was happy. It just like nipped me, but it really scared me. And I'm like, I really should be not so like in these animals' faces, you know, like that's probably not the right thing to do.
Yeah, but it was good. You guys are really good friends. You and Dudley the dog.
Yeah.
Really good friends.
We already knew each other. We've met before.
I would like to also talk about when people compliment you when you have let yourself go a bit. I'll give you an example from me. It's like if I just skip shaving for a couple days and I think I look tired and like I'm not taking care of myself, and somebody out of nowhere will be like, oh, I just think you look so good today. Are you growing a beard? Yeah. And because I'm bringing this up.
I've totally done that to you before.
You have.
I like the way you look with facial hair, but I like the way all men look with facial hair. So I think that's just like my thing. Now,
a woman version of it, I identified the other day, and I've done it a couple times with you, where I complimented you when you didn't have time to wash your hair. And it just looks so different that I'm like, oh my gosh, your hair
so greasy.
Your hair looks so good today. And you're like, I didn't have time to wash it. I'm disgusting. But it looked good. It looked good.
That is funny. Yeah, that is exactly the same thing where I just didn't have time and I thought I was disgusting, but you apparently. But I didn't know if you were being serious.
No,
or
I
not.
was.
Okay.
And I did it before, and I've never complimented your hair when you've come in after it's been done. But I've complimented a couple of times when you just feel like you haven't washed it enough.
Yeah, or it's like wet and I just washed it and it's like air drying. I do that a lot too.
I love it. That's a South Florida wet look. That's acceptable anytime. It's so good. Friend, what's on your mind this Friday letdown?
Well, I mean, I have a lot on my mind. I'm excited about the weekend. Easter's coming up. But now I just am excited that your dog's here. And I have a little bit of I wish I could bring my dogs in for the show.
I don't know why you can't.
One time I did when we were, I was working in radio in Jacksonville. There was a hurricane and I had to because we had to evacuate our house. And he was there and we were doing a morning show and he was going, "Arf!" every couple minutes. I was like, dude, you can't do that. We're live on the air. So it's just really funny. But I think more offices should allow you to bring your animals in.
And they do now. It's more of a thing. But I remember when I was a kid, my friend worked at the public radio station, NPR, the local version of NPR.
Yeah.
And so it's all these hippies, and it was all dogs. It was everybody had their dog at work.
So
and it
great.
It was so the opposite of any regular workplace, and I loved it. I'm like, this is, like you said, it's the way workplaces should be.
Yeah, Cody, my fiance, he works at I Think Financial, the amphitheater, and he works with a guy who brings his dog to work every day and lets him run around the amphitheater just on that big the lawn in the back. Just lets him cruise.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I know. And I could you look behind you, because I think the dog found something and is playing with it as a toy. Okay.
Looking out. He's just looking out the window.
Okay.
He's being such a good boy.
Okay, good. There's in a radio studio we have a very large.
Oh yeah, he is trying to get back there, but I think
because he probably sees that large dildo in the background. Because that looks. I mean, that could be a dog toy, right?
Fair. No,
it's not for our show.
Is that what you see?
For KBJ.
Buddy? That's what you see? I think he wants the full window. I think he wants no blinds in his way.
Okay.
That's what I think he's doing.
Fair enough. So bring your dog to work. Do you support yay or nay on that?
Bring your dog to work. Yes.
So, Easter weekend, do you have any plans?
No, I don't. I may go spend it with my grandma. I'm not sure.
That'd be nice.
But that's really all I have. I don't normally do much for Easter. Do you?
Will your grandma do a ham? Is she a ham person?
I don't know. She just let me know if you want me to cook, and then I just didn't let her know yet because I don't know. We might just chill.
Is your grandma 94 years old? I have never.
I don't want her to cook anything for me.
But that's because you're snooty.
No, it's not even that.
It's impossible to screw up a ham, Megan.
No, it's a lot of work for her. She should be kicking her feet up and chilling.
But if she wants to do it, that is going to make her happy, and you should let her do it.
I would rather take her out to brunch or something.
See, you're saying these things to make excuses because you don't want to eat her food. Oh, she shouldn't have to do it. But if she really wants to, then it'll make her happy to serve you and to host you.
Does she really want to, or does she feel like she has to?
Ask Dudley, because
are you crying? Are you upset, buddy?
Megan's grandma, 94 years old, Joyce. She's totally together, and she totally could. She drives, so she can whip up a ham dinner if she wants to.
Yeah. She could, and she told me to let her know by tomorrow so she can go to the grocery store.
Have you ever had that one? And you have to go back to old cookbooks or old magazines, because I've never seen it in real life, where they put the pineapple rings and the cherries on it. Have you seen that? On the outside of the ham?
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how my grandma does it.
I would imagine she would at 94.
Yeah.
You've actually had that in real life?
Yeah. I mean, I don't eat ham now, but probably when I was a child, that's exactly what she did.
I want to see it. I don't even think it probably tastes very good, but I just want to see that ham in real life, because I've only seen it in old cookbooks.
It does look like it, and then the cookbook, the color of the page is brown because it's so old. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because we never had that.
I think she has that exact cookbook.
Yeah, The Joy of Cooking. It's this old. Is that what it is? Yeah. There's one called The Joy of Cooking, and it's this old, mossy seafoam green cover. Everybody had that.
Yeah.
This is the joy. So this is controversial, but my dad was anti-spiral ham.
What does that mean, spiral?
Spiral ham is the one that's already sliced.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's in a spiral.
Oh, okay.
That's what most people get when they bake a ham, is a spiral ham.
It's easier to cook.
It's easier and
to cut.
And when you glaze it, the glaze gets in, it gets a little crunchier edges. But yeah, the other ham, my dad anti, so we would have to have just that big old hunk of ham.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
Yuck.
I know.
I'm not a hammy gal.
No, when did you stop eating pork?
I don't know. I guess there's times occasionally where I will eat it now. It's not like I'm hard no, but I really don't like to.
Yeah, because you eat sausage, you eat hot, you eat pork. You just don't like.
No.
You don't like natural pork.
I
But
know,
if
I
it's
eat
in
like
some
a
kind
friggin'
of
hot dog. But the hot dogs are beef. But I still don't.
Not
I feel bad
always.
about the one that I had.
was it?
all
Okay.
beef.
Okay.
Yes.
And do you always make sure it's all beef before
Well,
you?
I only eat it at a sports thing, and they're always like, all beef, natural beef. Air quotes, natural.
But now that you have to say that because they're making chicken in lab now.
Oh,
you know, like
that's
they're
a
doing
good
that
point.
weird chicken.
I know, you taught me that recently. That's freaky to me. That's so freaky.
Every day's a holiday, Megan.
Yes.
I mean, there's many holidays today. It's Good Friday,
Mm-hmm.
which means not as much traffic on the roads as I would expect on a regular Friday because a lot of people have already traveled. And so it's a little less traffic because
Mm-hmm.
of, people needing to get somewhere for Good Friday. It's Mermaid Day. So celebrate
Okay.
a mermaid. If you're in South Florida, there's real live mermaids and mermen at a place called The Wreck Bar in Fort Lauderdale. You can book your reservations and have a meal with mermaids and mermen swimming in the aquarium that surrounds you. It's
and they're
very
really
odd.
swimming, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're not just like walking around.
No, and I mean, because they're real, so they even stay underwater so much longer than you think they would.
They're real.
Like, because they're real.
Right.
Like, they're not,
right.
if I were in that tank going underwater to wave at people, I would be instantly looking like I was running out of breath. But no,
Oh
they
my
smile.
God, ridiculous.
They smile. They say, I love you to you through the water. It's a whole thing. And that's at the Wreck Bar.
Okay.
Which is in Fort Lauderdale.
Noted.
Also, did you know I'm a knight?
No.
I'm a knight
What does that mean?
of Columbus.
Okay.
Knights of Columbus. This is Knights of Columbus Founders Day. And Knights of Columbus is like the social club with the Catholic Church.
Oh, okay.
And growing up, like if you want, they try to recruit you as a young Catholic boy to be a Knight of Columbus. And for the longest time, I'm like, I don't want to be a knight. I don't want to go hang out with old men at the Knights of Columbus Hall. That's crazy. What am I going to do? But then I learned that I could call out the bingo numbers.
Oh, there you go. That's a hot side
It's a good
hustle.
gig.
Speaking of side hustles.
It's a really good gig.
Yeah.
And it was a very exciting gig for me at age 14.
Oh,
so,
yeah. You host the whole thing.
I did. When I
Yeah.
turned 15, I became a knight. And I did the bingo numbers.
Amazing.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know I was in the presence of a knight.
It's a royal. Is that royalty? Yeah.
Royalty.
Yeah. Knight's royalty.
Do you have a shield?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
But I can't show it to you. It's a private club. We are going to be live on 97.9 WRMF in just a few minutes. So turn on the radio or get our app, 97.9 WRMF. Anything else we need to do before we move over to the live show?
No, I think we got to move over to the live show.
We got to move over to the live show. And we are giving away SeaWorld tickets, and this also includes their food festival, which if you've gone to an amusement park and paid for food, oh my God, it's so expensive.
Oh, yeah, this is going to save you.
So
And
to
good
have
food
just,
and good wine.
like almost unlimited. Like it's 200 samples or something.
It's so exciting.
Included on these passes is really great. So come over to the live show and make sure you have your notifications on so you can be with us live for this thing that we do. And we'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Do this real fast here. It's real fast.
Yeah.
You should. 97.9 WRMF. It is Friday Feels. Those are those goose pimples that you have. Friday Feels with Danny and Megan on 97.9.
Totally.
I know.
You're okay.
97.9 WRMF. Danny and Megan, welcome to Friday.
We made it.
About an hour from your chance to get in for that unbelievable getaway, the SeaWorld vacation for 4 that includes Seven Seas Food Festival sampling passes. So stand by for that. It is also Good Friday.
Yes, it is.
And you were not raised Catholic, right?
No, I was not.
Okay.
But my dad's like, no, isn't it no meat today or something?
Well, that's any Friday during Lent that you're not supposed to eat meat.
Oh, okay.
But fish was okay.
Oh, fish is okay.
Fish is okay.
Got it. No
And
land animals is what it was.
No land animals, but
Yeah.
also I think when they officially did that rule, which wasn't even that long ago, I think it was like 50s or 60s. So it wasn't like this was back 2,000 years when Jesus said no meat on Friday.
Right.
No, it was like, like 50, 60 years ago that they just made this rule, and it was to prop up the seafood industry. The fishermen. How about that
really?
little fun fact? Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I did not know
so
that.
They just made it a mortal sin for all Catholics to eat meat on Friday to force sales.
Oh my God, that's
fish.
so. What does eggs count? Because it comes from an animal.
Really good question. I don't know the answer to that. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
Okay. All right.
But also Good Friday, and I was on the way in and I was listening to something, and they were talking about the Stations of the Cross.
Mm-hmm.
Because growing up, my mother dragged us to every Catholic thing. We did all of the masses. So that meant you were an hour and a half in church on Holy Thursday, an hour and a half in church
This whole week.
on Good Friday, and then an hour and a half church on Easter Sunday.
Interesting.
And
okay.
if you want to just torture an 8-year-old, you add on to all of those. I mean, that's like 7 hours.
Oh my God, I
of
can't
church
imagine. Yeah.
For a tiny child, you add on the Stations of the Cross, where you go around and you go through all the things that Jesus went through on his last day, and it takes hours.
Oh my God.
So if you're
Poor little Danny.
If you're gearing up for that, just make sure you hydrate ahead of the Stations of the Cross today, especially if they're outdoors with your church. 97.9 WRMF, we appreciate you listening. Like I mentioned, that SeaWorld getaway, one of your final chances after 3. Okay. Yeah, man. Squin Flynn. This is not the animal shelter, friend. This is not a kennel. We're not leaving you
Yeah,
here.
maybe he's like
Go
panicky
for you.
because he's. Yeah.
Men.
He doesn't want you to leave him.
No, it makes him get him to. Squin Flynn. Did you get? Oh, you didn't get the audio stuff. Hey, you have to chill out.
Are we still live?
Still live?